So now the next problem in parabola. A comet is moving in a parabolic orbit around the sun, which is the focus of the parabola. When the comet is 80 million kilometers from the sun, the line segment from the sun to the comet makes an angle of pi/3 radians with the axis of the orbit. Now find the equation of the comet's orbit. How close does the comet come nearer to the sun? Take the orbit as open rightward. See, in this problem it is given in your problem itself, it is clearly mentioned that the parabola is open rightward. Therefore we can draw the diagram as the general form of the parabola. So this is said to be the open rightward. This is the parabola open rightward. It is given that a comet is moving in a parabolic orbit. So suppose I am taking let P be the position of the comet. Let P be the position of the parabola. Then immediately I can say it is given which is the and around the sun, which is the focus of the parabola. Now the focus of the parabola, the line segment from the sun to the comet makes an angle of pi/3. So it is given that when the comet is 80 million kilometers from the sun, so it is given that your focus is the sun. In your problem, your sun is the focus. So let us take this as F. So somewhere here your F is equals to here. So therefore the distance between this will give you what? The line segment is when the comet is 80 million kilometers from the sun. It is already mentioned that the focus is the sun. Therefore the distance between the sun and the comet here is 80 million kilometers. Therefore we will put 80. Now I am drawing a line. Draw PQ. Draw a PQ line perpendicular to the axis of the parabola. Draw PQ perpendicular to the axis of the parabola. Axis of the parabola. Then I can say it is given the line segment from the sun to the comet makes an angle of pi/3 radians with the axis of the orbit. Therefore I can say this is nothing but your angle is pi/3. It is given in your problem, it makes an angle of pi/3 radians. Therefore I am taking pi/3 as an angle. Now we can form a right angle triangle FPQ. It is as it is mentioned in your problem, it is open rightward. I can write the equation of the parabola as the general one, y squared equals to the parabola. Therefore the parabola is y squared is equals to 4ax. Now we have found that the parabolas FPQ. Now we have the triangle, right angle triangle FPQ. Sorry, this is Q, not P, PQ. We have the triangle, right angle triangle FPQ. From this I can able to find out sin pi/3 and cos pi/3. Let us find out what is sin pi/3. Sin pi/3 says opposite side by hypotenuse. Therefore your opposite side is PQ. Your hypotenuse is equals to FP, which is equals to PQ divided by, what is FP? Your FP is equals to what? 80. So from this you can say position of the parabola, since FP is equals to 80, mention it. So write it as FP is equals to 80, therefore 80. From this I can say your PQ is equals to 80 multiplied by sin pi/3. What is sin 60 degree, which is equals to √3/2. Therefore which is equals to √3/2, it will go 40. Therefore your PQ is equals to 40√3. Now similarly on the other hand, you just find out cos pi/3, which is equals to adjacent side, that is FQ divided by FP, which is equals to FQ divided by FP is equals to what? 80 again. Cos pi/3 is 1/2. Therefore FQ is equals to 80 into 1/2. Therefore get cancelled 40. Therefore your FQ is equals to 40 million kilometers. Now what is our aim? The two questions here are, find the equation of the orbit. First one, the equation of the comet's orbit. The second one, how close does the comet come nearer to the sun? That is the shortest distance between the sun and the comet. Now we are going to find out the two questions. We are going to find out the answers for two questions. The first one is equation of the comet's orbit. The second one you are going to find out the shortest distance between the sun and the comet. Okay. Now let us listen. Always we know that F is the focus. So what is the focus of a parabola? We usually will take a, 0, which means that this length is equal to, let us take this is vertex. Your vertex B of 0, 0, and then we can say your f of a, 0. which means I can say your VF is equals to A. Now I am going to find the point for P. So P means what is actually generally what is the P point? We can say the point P is, we have this one, that is x-axis, that is VQ, comma, then y-axis, okay, which is equals to PQ. So VQ, comma, PQ. Already we know that PQ is equals to 40 root 3. Now I am going to find out what is VQ. Your VQ is equals to nothing but, this is VQ, right? I can write VF plus FQ. Is it right? So your VQ is this one. I am writing this as VF plus FQ. Your VF is equals to A, and your FQ you find out that is 40, which is equals to A plus 40. Therefore, the point P is VQ, that is A plus 40, and the point PQ we know that we have found out 40 root 3. Therefore, now the position of the comet point is A plus 40, comma, 40 root 3. So already in the last two problems we have discussed that if any point is on the parabola, it passes through the parabola, equation of the parabola. Here, the point here is A plus 40, 40 comma root 3. Now I am going to rub the problem. So listen. Therefore, we can say it passes through the point P. Therefore, it passes through the parabola, the given parabola passes through A plus 40, comma, 40 root 3. So substitute the values of x for A plus 40 and y will put 40 root 3. Substituting in a y square equals to 4ax. What you will get? 40 root 3 square is equals to 4 into A into x. Your x is equals to A plus 40, which is equals to 40 root 3 square, which is equals to 600 into 3, 4800, right? Which is equals to 4a square plus 4 into 40. So you can subtract, you can write 4, take 4 common, a square plus 40a. So 4 it will go 400 times. Therefore you can write the equation as a square plus 40a plus, minus 1200 equal to 0. Let us factorize this one. Let us factorize. So when we add any two numbers, you are supposed to get 40 multiplied, you will get 200. Therefore, you can say this as A minus 60, A plus 60 into A minus 20 is equals to 0. So because when we add 60 minus 20, we will get 40. 60 multiplied by 20, we will get 1200. Therefore, I can say A is equals to minus 60, A is equals to 20. So therefore, which one is acceptable? A is equals to 20, because A is equals to minus 60 is the negative. Therefore, we can neglect that one. Therefore, the correct value for A is equals to 20. Substitute A is equals to 20 in the above equation. We will get your y square is equals to 4 into A, that is 20 into x. Therefore, the equation of the comet orbit is, so y square is equals to 80x. The first one is over, the first part of this question. The second part, what is the shortest distance between the comet and the sun? So if the orbit, that is the comet revolves around the orbit, when it reaches to the vertex B, that is the shortest distance between sun and the comet. Therefore, we can say the shortest distance between the sun and the comet, is equals to nothing but BF. BF is nothing but A. Already we know that what is A. Your A is equals to 20. Therefore, I can say, therefore in words we can write this as the shortest distance between the sun and the comet equals to 20. The unit here given is million kilometers. 20 million kilometers. So with this we are finishing the problem. So you will be getting 10 marks for this. First draw the diagram neatly, and then you just go and explain all the things. What are the things? First one I am saying that if P be the position of the comet, and second one I am saying that therefore if it is P is the F is the focus, then I can say the focus is the sun, then the distance it is given that FP is equals to 80 million kilometers. Then we are founding a perpendicular line, drawing a PQ which is parallel to the axis of the parabola. Therefore your PQ and FPQ as a triangle. the angle, the projection, the angle makes is 4 pi by 3 radians. Therefore, we having all the data. Using that data, we are finding out the value of PQ and FQ. Therefore, we are getting the point P as A plus 40 and 40 root 3. So we know that P is a point on the parabola, which means it passes through the equation of the parabola. We are just substituting the values of x and y. We are getting A is equals to 20. Now we are substituting A is equals to 20 in the required equation of the parabola. We get y square equal to 80x as the equation of the orbit. That is the first part over. The second part, the shortest distance between the comet and the sun. The shortest, when the orbit comes, when the comet orbit comes to the vertex point, that is said to be the shortest distance. Therefore, the shortest distance is VF. VF is nothing but A. The value of A is nothing but 20. Therefore, the answer is 20 million kilometers.